Hi, everybody. I'm Donna Norris, Soul Level Intuitive. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I'm glad you're here in either case, of course. And tonight, I am just here to do as many readings as I can in the next hour and hope to be able to be of service to all of you. It's been, if you can see, this is not my usual backdrop. I'm on the road, but I really want to stay in touch and make sure that you guys get to stay in touch. Bogey's here. I travel with my animals 99% of the time. So he loves the energy of these readings too. So, gosh, everybody's here. Hi, Carl. It's good to see you back. Hi, Joe and Venus and Kathleen Moore and Lori Christine, I'm sorry. I had an eye exam. I'm a little still not quite as focused as I should be, but everything's fine. No need to change my prescription. That's a blessing. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh, let's see what this says. Been waiting to catch you, but now I finally see it seems your show is going to be live too early in the morning for me where I am. Oh, so if I could post my question and watch later, sure. But what I'll do is come back around to that in a little bit later. Joe Lombardi says, Hi, Donna. What do my guides think about me considering becoming a nomad and living the camper van lifestyle? Ooh, wow. Okay, it's kind of exciting. Let's see what your guides think. What I'm what I'm seeing is like going out, like you make a trip and then you stay in one place for a little bit. And it's like that sort of becomes like your home base. And then you do like day trips around that place. And then you travel a little further and you kind of, use it as a base for a couple of weeks or a month or however long you want to stay and see a lot of the spaces around it. Um, they're showing me like if you're staying in a place where you have like no hookups, you're totally off grid, that's not as preferable to you as staying in like a place where there's a bit of a campground and other people around so that you have some more social time and things like that. Um, that's the where they see you getting more enjoyment out of the trip, getting more fulfillment, learning, staying in the excitement side of the lifestyle, because what they're saying is it's not good for you to isolate. It's like you then tend to draw further into yourself as opposed to going, oh, I got to get out of here and, see some people, do some stuff. It's like, and so they want you to stay social. I'm literally seeing an image of you walking up and shaking hands and saying hi and making, just making new friends, having conversations with people, talking to people in stores, even. Mm. So I'm taking this, Joe, down a timeline, down my timeline, and they're saying this would be like, if you choose to do this, it would be a really good interim measure of, but not a rest of your life type thing. And I normally don't get, well, what they're saying is like 2 years to somewhere in that neighborhood of that. And then you'll at a be a point of, do I want to go to Canada? Do I want to go to Alaska and, keep doing this? Or do I want to like pick one of my favorite places and settle back, into a routine again? Let's see. You've got the wherewithal to do it. Paring down and like, get it purging, I guess I should say, of your possessions. I don't know if you plan to lock up your house, but just purging down and leaving things behind or leaving things like in storage or something. I've seen lots of boxes. So with that, so I hope that makes sense for you, Joe. Let me go. No feedback. Let me know if that makes sense. Hope it helps. Venus, hi Donna. I'll post my question when you come live. Ta-da, here I am. Wait to see your question, Venus. I should probably read these before I pop them up here. Hi Donna, what would my spirit guides like me to know for this summer? Okay. So what's happening is like there are two main guides that I'm seeing, but there's also a third guide that's coming in that's sort of like linking arms, if you will, with the other two, like their energy bodies are overlapping, merging, almost like concentric circle, like the Olympic, circles, how they interlock, kind of like that. So there's three of them, they're interlocked. Um, and this is about joining and linking up. I don't know if you have any kind of group activities or anything that you're talking about doing as a group with a couple of other people or part of a bigger group, but this is what the summer they're saying holds is some get-togethers, some linking up, joint effort. I'm being made aware of those words, joint effort. Okay. Also, being made aware of like stepping up to do some kind of volunteer project. I don't know if you do volunteer work already, but there will be an opportunity for you to step into a volunteering position, some kind of a role as a volunteer for a project. What's interesting though is that as I see your energy moving through the summer, I see you moving not at any kind of breakneck pace at all, but just like a slow and steady wins the race kind of a pace, even not going into overdrive, just trying to keep a balance. See your face to the sun. I also see like looking at the stars, so these are two outdoor scenes. I don't know if this makes sense for you, but to spend time just in gratitude and knowing that you are supported. These linked energies could also be reinforcing and reminding you that they've got your back and that you are supported. And there's big, whew, I just got goosebumps big time. So yeah, so that's big time what's going on here. You are supported, they have got your back. But I'm also hearing joint effort again. So tapping into them, and thanking them in advance and asking them for signs and asking them for questions, asking them your questions and then asking for signs for answers and just kind of getting into that more. The more you take steps toward them, they take that many more steps back towards you. Kathleen, I hope that makes sense. But press into your guides. They're ready, excited to be a part of this. So thank you for the question. Lori Christine, do you have a message for me from my cat Alexander in spirit? Yes, let's see if I can bring Alexander in. So as Alexander comes in, I'm seeing just like a glow like around his energetic body, almost like, when we see those like, whoa, those halos, in the movies and in the cartoons, like a glow around them. That's what I'm seeing around Alexander. And he's stepping in almost as if, he has become that golden, creamy golden color. I'm not sure if this is color in life. I don't normally get colors around energetic bodies. But this is, I mean, I get aura colors, but this is like the whole energetic body is that glowy color, if that makes sense. I'm hearing follow the bouncing ball, and I'm being made aware of like orbs in your field, in your, if you see them, if you notice them, or you can even, to try to track orbs, get your phone camera, and take pictures if you think you see something, and then look at your phone and see if you see the orbs. Sometimes you can see them better in the pictures on your phone or in pictures than you can just trying to look and discern them with your naked eye. But follow the bouncing ball. He's coming to check on you, coming to check in. And I feel like there's an energy of a living animal that he's just sort of like swooping in, and the other animal sees him, and you can almost notice the other animal tracking him across the room when he comes in. So that's very cool. Yeah. You may want to try asking him to come in your dreams too, Lori, Christine, just to ask as you're going to sleep, for him to visit you or any of your deceased animals or loved ones to come and visit you in your dreams. So I hope that helps. Alexander is saying, yeah, follow the bouncing ball and smile. I'm getting that big Cheshire cat smile. So smile. Hope he was a smiley kitty in life. He certainly is now. Thank you, Lori Christine. Karma in spirit. Okay. Wow, karma comes in with a lot more of purposeful, all, come to take care of business kind of stride into my energy field. And just walking right up, sitting so proud, and just sitting at me like, here I am. How can I help you? Hang on, Bogey's back in my lap again. Karma is saying to watch that there is, she sees something to do with your house that you need to watch, that there's something going on with a window or some kind of something to look out the window. I'm seeing this as if I'm looking through her eyes, and I'm looking out of the window of your home and up toward the sky, and I'm just looking through tree leaves and that kind of thing. But take it in, Karma says, take it in. In those moments, Karma's with you. And as she does this, she sort of like sits in repose. Like, how sometimes cats will sit with their paws together like this, and they're sitting up. And this is how she's sitting. Take it in and know that she's with you in those moments. Thank you, Lori Christine. Both good questions. Hi, Michelle. How are you? You're in Ohio, and today I'm in Texas. Angela, St. Petersburg. That's not too far from where I live down in the Keys. Hi, Sherry. Nice to see you. Sort of see you, energetically see you. Angela Mullins-Finan, thank you for being here. I don't know that I remember your name, but I'm glad you're here. Please post a question if you have one for yourself or for one of your animals, and we'll see if we can get to read it. Angela C. says, hi, could you please see why I'm having trouble finding a new condo to rent and when things might come together for it to happen? Thank you. Yeah. I feel pulled to read a card or two on that. Ooh. Here we go. Oh, well, this is interesting. This is one of the major arcana cards. It's called the Lovers, and it's about making choices and commitment and, love in all forms, not just that special relationship that we think of, our significant other kind of relationship. This is about loving it. And I think with where this might be coming in, it feels like you want to rate for just the right place that you love and that you feel like the energy around is good, the people around that you are going to be good for you. And if you notice, looking at these birds' eyes, they're really penetrating and they're really trying to look beyond just what you see on the surface, like when you do a tour of a property and just do that initial walkthrough, but really look closely. Because it's what I'm being made aware of is like, what's happening is your guides and the angels are making things, are putting things together and making things, setting things up for the right one for you. So the reason you're having trouble is because you haven't gotten to that one. So when you get to that one, it's going to feel good. It's going to feel like you're going to know that you love it and that it's going to be a good place for you. You may also want to check your whatever it is that you're writing when you submit an application for a condo or to lease something. You know, there's something about the paperwork. Make sure it's complete. Make sure that you give them everything that they want. Make it easy for them to say yes to your application as opposed to somebody else's. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Thank you, Angela. I'd love to know when you find that place and how much you love it. Michelle Krantz has a question. Can I please ask why my cat Kaya keeps scratching the back of her ears? One ear is now bald. Thank you. Okay, let's see if we can bring Kaya in. So as Kaya comes in, she's almost kind of dipping her head as she comes in and acknowledging me. As she sits, it's like her tail is just kind of going this way and then this way, just kind of swishing. So I'm asking her, I ask my questions silently for those of you who don't know, and that way when I get their answer, I don't have to, I know it's them. I can still pick up your energy, your answers psychically, and I don't want to do that accidentally. So let me just see what I can ask her about a few things. So when I ask her about her food, the answer is essentially, yeah, it's okay. But there's something in it that's just not, it's not sitting right in her digestion, if that makes sense. I don't know if it's grains or if it's just something that just doesn't agree with her system. So I don't know if that makes sense for you. Let's see what else. I'm going to do what I'm going to do, Michelle, is just take a minute to do what I call body mapping. And that's where Kaya allows me to feel in my body what she feels in her body. And she has agreed to this. I've asked her permission. So I'm just going to take a minute, excuse me, close my eyes and see where in my body that she draws me. And then we'll see, what we can do with that. So what I'm getting first from Kaya is tingling in my fingers and on my toes. And so what that means is I get when the paws and the pads, are tingling like that, it a lot of times means like an environmental allergy. There may be something in the air, there may be something going on, but it's usually an allergy. Sometimes, like with outdoor animals, it's an allergy to grass or something in the grass or something, on the air, in the air that settles on the grass. I don't know if Kaya ever goes outside. She may be a totally house cat type of animal, but it's still the air coming into your house is coming in from outside. So this could be a seasonal thing. Let's see what else she has. It feels like, in addition to the paws tingling, I can feel just like little, I don't know, like not really tingling, but sort of like tingling, also on my arms and legs and on my body. It's like it's affecting her throughout her body. And I'm feeling a little bit also fuzzy headed, like inside my head. And it feels like it's more on the left side of my head than on the right side of my head. So mm, I don't know if this makes sense for you or if you have noticed any of this. Maybe some scratching to go along with just the one ear. But if there's been a change in your weather, or if there's been a change in the food, a while ago she mentioned the food. So there might, but it feels something like there's some kind of allergy thing going on. Yeah, I sure hope that helps. I'm not a vet. I don't speak doctor, but I can just tell you that that's how it feels to her. So if it might be time to check with the vet and maybe see if there's any kind of way to do an allergy test. I don't know, but thank you for the question, and I sure hope Kaya gets to feeling better soon. D. Can says, "Thank you for taking my question. Is my little Onyx happy? And are you able to tell me why Jimmy, my son's Yorkie, keeps peeing inside on my couch and carpet? Thank you." Oh boy. um, let's see. Let's talk about Onyx first. I'll try to see what I can do about Jimmy. Although he belongs to someone else, I usually use the strength of your link and your bond with your animal to bring in a strong connection, but I'll try to work on Jimmy. If in the meantime you could tell me whether onyxes are alive or in spirit. Okay. So let me tune in right now, see if I can get to Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy's here. Jimmy comes in, looking all around, super friendly and curious and sniffy. He's one of those dogs that likes to sniff everything and smell lots of stuff. And he's got this little way of smiling that, like, you can kind of see his teeth when he grins. So he's making me aware of loud noise, sudden noise, and this is like this noise factor. It's sustained at times, elevated noise level, and it's making him feel unsafe and uncomfortable, and he's trying to divert. It's a fear-based reaction. And so it's a, yeah, he wants to be a good boy. But it's like, then he's now kind of conditioned. It's sort of becoming a bit of a habit, um, where this is his response to this sustained noise, or this, maybe it's repetitive noise, but it happens more than every now and then, if that makes sense. So mm, this would bear probably a little more in-depth conversation, perhaps in a session type of reading, to try to get some more information from him. But because he's, you know, his energy is coming through, but he's not coming through as strongly as if, if he were your dog, if that makes sense. His energy signature is tied to his dad, which is your son. So yeah, you can see his teeth when he grins. Onyx is alive. Okay. So I hope that helps you with this, and I will give you a human, like person to person way to try to help break that little habit that he's kind of getting into. A lot of times, even when we clean it up, we wipe it up, we clean it up, we don't get those, I don't know, enzymes, pheromones, whatever it is that we can no longer smell after we've cleaned it up, but they still can. So it becomes like an attractant to them. And it's the same, works the same in dogs, but even stronger in cats. So I've got this stuff that I use called Furry Freshness, Furry Freshness. And what it is you go and wipe up, the mess, and then you just mist it, use it like a mister and mist the spot. And this ingredients in the Furry Freshness goes in there and just like eats the microbes and the enzymes and stuff, so that it destroys any lingering scent that they may be attracted to go back to. And it's okay to use it on upholstery. I've used it on my upholstery. I've used it on my clothes. I've used it on my bedding and on my carpets and rugs. And it really does help. It helps a lot. If anybody out there has a puppy, it's great for puppy training, potty training. But it does kind of take that attractant away. I'm sure you're doing everything you can, but sometimes the type of cleanser we use has an ingredient that just makes it even more of an attractant, even though we think it smells like pine sol, lemon fresh, or whatever. For them, it just makes the smell more intense and attracts them even more. So this Furry Freshness is totally neutralizes everything, and it has no smell. So that's my favorite thing. Some of those odor eater type of things that they have out there for pets, they smell sweet, or they smell just, I don't know, chokes me, some of those smells. And this has absolutely no smell. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it directly from the manufacturer. I'm trying to curb my Amazon habit. I don't know about any of y'all, just to try to vote with my dollars, so to speak. So I go directly to Furry Freshness, but they're good people. They're out of Austin, Texas, as a matter of fact, and great company, really great company. It's about $30 a bottle, but it's so worth it. It doesn't take long. The bottles last a long time. So I hope that helps. Let me see if I can connect to Onyx real quick. So when Onyx comes in, she's coming in friendly enough, but then sort of like stepping back, and like she wants to maintain a distance from me. So she may be one of those animals that just likes to be really independent. I know we don't generally associate that trait with dogs as much as we do with cats, but she likes her me time. She likes to come to you when she wants attention and affection, but she also likes to be like sitting across the room or in the other room or outside, and have her me time. She comes in as a really calm and, not adult soul, a really mature soul. But there's this feeling of like she likes the energy in your house. She likes that it's from compared to where she was before, very calm. And she likes that about your place. So, oh, sorry, Onyx is a boy. I beg your pardon. But Onyx does like it. He is happy. Okay, let's go on and move on. Here we go. Angeli has a question. My dog Ginger has been acting weird lately when we go take our dogs for a ride. Instead of getting in the car, she wanders off and doesn't come when called. Wow, yesterday we made her stay home. Oh, poor thing. Okay, let's see. Get Ginger to come in. So Ginger comes in, and the first thing she does is like, she gives me the I'm number one symbol. And it's like really big. Okay, picture her paw, if you will, being really big, like those foam number one things that you see sometimes in the football stadium on TV or at a game or whatever, just big, I'm number one. She's when I ask her about, loading up to go for car rides and wandering off, she's bringing me back around to like making me aware of like the two of y'all like facing each other and making eye contact. She wants this one-on-one attention with you. And so it's like I'm hearing first. So what I'm wondering is maybe if you could load her up first and give her a little bit of a good girl, good attention, and then load the rest of the dogs and see if that doesn't work better. See if that doesn't make her more responsive, more attentive. She's definitely in this feeling like she wants to be set apart and number one. So I hope that makes sense, Angeli. Hey, Jessica Lynn. Thank you for the question, by the way, Angeli. Thank you. Angeli says, may I have a message for my dog, Sanford? He is a 16-year-old Shih Tzu, and I know his time is nearing the end. Wow. As Sanford comes in, Sanford is coming in with an energetic body that is just like ringed in a fuchsia light, like the bottom of my glass is like bright or even darker than that, but dark pink. And what this is this is my symbol of devotional type love, really deep, intense connection. And it's most of the time it's mutual, that there's this cord that connects you and Sanford. And this is the color of this energetic cord, because this is the depth of his love to you, for you. Oh, and he's showing me that, you have really, adjusted your schedule, adjusted your routine to accommodate, his changing needs and his changing schedule and routine. And he appreciates the lift, if that makes sense. And he hopes, Jessica Lynn, that you have come to see yourself the way he sees you. There is a difference between, when we talk about like self love, a lot of us think about, taking care of our hair and nails and clothes and appearance and, making sure that we have as some balanced time between family and work and activities and chores and all that kind of stuff. But what he's getting to is this fundamental he sees you as this beautiful, loving being that is just comes so far in the time that you've been together from the person that you were. You're not nearly as like high strung and anxious and fearful as you were when he first came into your life. And he's taking a little credit for that. And but he also, says you really stepped into your more true and authentic self. And so he wants you to always know that this is how he wants you to see yourself. That's the way the world sees you. And so he wants you to see yourself the way he sees you and the way the world sees you as so loving and deserving and giving. And so, yeah, it's a beautiful message. Thank you, Sanford. And thank you for the love. He says, thank you for loving him so hard. That's awesome. Thank you for the question. Okay, Decan says, my phantom passed in 2019. How's he doing in dog heaven now? Okay, let's see. So Phantom actually flies in and just like jumps and, but he's just continued flying, coming into my space and bounding. And I see a ball. He's like playing ball. And just kind of like spit it out like, hey, I'm having a good time. He is having a really good time. And there are like three other dogs in my field that I'm seeing that he's playing with. So I don't know if you have more than just Phantom and Spirit, but there are some other, maybe some old family dogs or somebody like that that he is hanging out with and spending time with in spirit. He's like, we can make it whatever we want. We can run around, we can play ball, and we can, because like if we like to catch the ball, it's like the balls just appear and we get to run and catch them. Nice. But he's also showing me this spin out, like, going in circle where his tail comes around, like they plant their front legs and the tail spins around. And just so he's back to his prime and having a wonderful, full and active life on the other side. So I hope that makes sense. Oh my gosh. That is a great, great life, right? So I hope you like that. And I hope that makes sense for you. If you can, let's see, move on to the next one. Sherry Nidai says, I'm curious if all the pets we have had in this life that hadn't met each other, do they all join the rest of the pack on the other side, if that makes sense? Absolutely, it makes sense. I was just talking about that with Phantom, with Dee's dog. Yeah, they do, because, just like we have in spirit, our true family, and spirit is like our soul tribe, are this group of kindred souls, and we're all at about the same level of evolution. And we do one lifetime after another with each other, and sometimes we're husband and wife, sometimes we're mother and son, sometimes we're father and daughter, uncle and niece or nephew or whatever. We sometimes we're male, sometimes we're female. And the animals in our lives, cats, dogs, horses, whatever, they're like in that same kind of overlapping circle, like I was talking about earlier with the energies, kind of overlap. And they know each other in spirit. They may not know each other when they come into their dog form or their cat form or their animal form here, but they all know each other in spirit, because they're the same animals a lot of times that have done other lifetimes with us. So yeah, they do. They all join the rest of the pack and on the other side, and they're all there. So, and what's so cool is that, when we come into body, not all of our soul comes, a little bit of our soul stays at home and holds space. And so when they cross over, that little bit of our soul energy is there to greet them. And so when we cross over, they're going to be there, and they're going to be there all in spirit and there to greet us. So just like all the other souls in our soul tribe, our animal soul family is going to be there too. So yeah. And then they have each other to keep each other company too in between while we wait for each other lifetime after lifetime. So I hope that makes sense, Sherry, and thank you for the question. That was good. Hey, David. Nice to see you, David H. Jessica Lynn says hi too. Oh, Lori Christine says she saved Alexander from a very neglectful family. Wow. And I think he was the one, if I'm not mistaken, that had the whole glowy body. Like he was just real angel. Wow, that's awesome. I think if my memory serves. I'm very much in the moment, y'all. It's like my recall was not the best when I'm doing readings. I just have to keep going. Thank you for the feedback. Maria A. Look at that dog in that profile. How cute. Hi, Donna. I've been dealing with my uncle's widow since he died of COVID in 2022 and handling the estate. She will not sign the listing to sell the house because she is asking for dollars. She's already getting 30%. That's I'm not quite sure where the question is in that. And yeah, I'm a realtor in my 3D life, so that's a tough one, especially not knowing what state you're in. But if you're in a community property state, and she has to honor the terms of the will, if that's the way he stated it in his will, that she gets 1/3 and then the 2/3 go wherever else it goes. So you may have to file something with court. I hope not. But yeah, that's a tough one. Let's see what your guides have to say about it. And maybe I'll draw a card and see what they have to say about it too, what the oracle says. So I immediately feel like pushed. Like I feel like you're being pushed. Like this, it feels like pushing, almost bully type of energy. She may not be being a bully in real life. I'm not trying to say that, but it just feels like pressing, just pressing. And it's coming from some kind of fear of not having enough, fear of being alone. But no matter where it's coming from, it's still, not fair to the rest of the family. So what your guides are saying is just come forward, keep everything in writing. If you have a conversation that's verbal, send a text or an email, follow up, like we talked about today, blah, 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 and just document everything. They're saying just keep it straight to the facts as much as you can, like take the emotion out of it, try to take the emotion out of it. You know what I mean? And just deal in the facts. Yeah, they're saying just try to be the peace, be calm and be the peace, but be firm. Stand your ground. I mean, they're literally showing me like planting one foot and then planting the other foot and being firm. So I hope that helps, Maria. God bless you. That's never a fun situation. It's even if everybody's getting along, it's a difficult situation. But with this, it's just like salt in a wound. I'm really sorry you're having to go through that. Right on, Decan. One love. Yes, we are all one. Here for each other and here to show light to the world. Oh, here's some more from Maria. Whoops, where'd it go? Well, I have to take her to court. Oh, yeah. It's been 3 years plus of probate already. Thank you so much. That's what it feels like. She's pressing to see. She's not going to back off until the judge tells her what she has to do. Sorry about that. Lori Christine says Alexander was and is an amazing cat. I had a visitation with him shortly after he passed. Oh, cool. Awesome. Maria, oh, thank you. You're very sweet. Yes, y'all, if you do like what you're entertaining here, please hit like, please hit subscribe to my channel. That way you'll know every time. I usually post at least a day or two in advance, when I'm going to be live again. And I try to do lives at least once a week. And if I'm not traveling, twice a week. So please hit like, please hit subscribe. It helps me grow my reach and grow my channel. Thank you. Hi, Bora Bora. Nice to see you back. Lori Christine said, oh, Karma had one of the strongest, most powerful personalities of any of my cats. Well, you named her right, didn't you? That's good. That's awesome. Angela C says, thank you. Thank you for the question. Oh, this was about the condo. Yes. Do let us know when you find the right place. They're setting it all up for you. And then Lori Christine says, Karma helped me raise 2 feral kittens. He was like their dad, mom, brother, and best friend all at the same time. Oh, those 3 male cats were very closely bonded. It was a beautiful family. How sweet is that? Oh, Carl would appreciate that when he comes back to listen later. He's a big cat person. He's got like a dozen cats. That is so cool. I love that story. And then she says, Karma was nurturing like female cats are. That's sweet. And Michelle says her cat does eat grain-free wet food. So I wonder what it could be. There's just something that's not sitting right in one of those ingredients. I don't know if you want to try something else with one ingredient that's different to see if that's what it is. Just kind of go through and see if you can figure out if maybe it's a food thing. I don't know, but she is a totally indoor cat. So if it is something that's airborne, it's it could be something that's airborne because that still comes in from outside. Left ear is mostly bald. Bless her heart. Gosh. Again, it might be time to see if there's not something going on with her physically that's like causing this itch, because it feels like I can feel it. It felt like I could feel it all over, if that makes sense. Thanks, Bora Bora, for telling everybody to like and subscribe. I love this. Yes, it does helps my algorithm. It's always good to see a new subscriber, and it does help the algorithm for my videos. So thank you. And then Squiggy says, hi, Squiggy. Donna, would you kindly locate my missing astrology chart somewhere in my house? I would be so grateful. Oh my gosh, you would sound like me. Because I'll put them in a safe place, and then as small as my house is, I still won't be able to find it. So when I look, the guides are showing me a folder, like you have a place where you have several folders, and that it's like stuck between folders. But it's stuck in some papers. Excuse me. Some of them are like sticking up, sort of like, the tabs on a folder would stick up. You can also do muscle testing room by room and just ask, if you've got papers in more than one room, especially, but you can, put your fingers together like this, and then interlock them. This is Cash Peters' way. I also learned this when I was doing like animal testing and muscle testing for animals. But you can try what yes means. So for me, that's yes, and that's no when it comes apart. So go to this room and say, is my astrology chart in this room? No. And then go to the next room. Is my astrology chart in this room? Yes. And then you can stand at each of the, 4 sides of the room. Is it along this wall? Yes. Then you can go in and try to find, is it in the bookshelf, say in this example behind me, or whatever. Is it in the closet? Is it on the floor? Is it on the shelf? Get specific and see if that doesn't help narrow it down. It's really good for helping to find keys too. You can also call in Archangel Shamuel. He is the archangel in charge of lost things. So he's really awesome at helping you, inspire you with a new place to look, a place you hadn't thought to look before. So one other thing you can do is like when you ask Archangel Chamuel to help you, you can go do something else for a minute. Just kind of take your mind off it. Put the dishes away, or just something to just takes a few minutes, and then come back to it and see if you're not inspired to look somewhere else. If Archangel Chamuel doesn't help you in that way. So I hope that helps. CC Angel says, can you tell me if the new puppy I am bringing home is a dog from my past? Woo, let's see. So what I am hearing is that yes, but not like you think. So let me feel into that. This is a dog that has been with you before in other lifetimes. But so I think maybe it's something like that, as opposed to a dog that's been with you before in this life and maybe come back again in the same life. Because what they're showing me is that this dog is, again, in that same concentric circle. You've got a soul contract to be together in this life. And I've never seen it happen where they come back more than one time per lifetime, because it's, this not generally the way soul contracts work. So, but yes, you have a soul contract with this dog and you have had them before. So, isn't that cool? Won't it be great to see what the dog's coming to work on with you this time around? Woo. I love the soul level part of animal communication when they come to talk about, the things that they come to work on with us and the time that they spend with us. That's more than I can generally do in these mini readings. But when you do a private session with me, we get the we get the readings about the 3D stuff and the behavior stuff or the illness stuff, or, whatever questions you have done. And then we go into the soul level and talk about, how they're working with you and what they're working on and what you can do, and then what they feel like the outcome will be. So, yeah, it'll always be fun, but you can just observe and make it kind of a game. Yeah, and be curious and observe how this dog inspires things in you. And you might be able to figure it all out. Let's see. Joe, I don't know if I answered your question, but I did answer a question that you had at the very beginning that was in the feed. So, yes, I think I did. And I hope it helps. Lori Christine says, Physion is a great pet mess cleaner and deodorizer. Oh, I haven't heard of Physion. Totally eco-friendly. I've used it for years with great results. Yeah, Furry Freshness is eco-friendly too, and good. It's glad to have choices. Good to have choices. May I have a message from my guides? Venus says, hello, Venus, and your old pibble puppy. Is that dog a pit bull or a Staffordshire Terrier, or it's a beautiful, beautiful gray girl or boy, I don't know which, but your dog's really pretty. So I'm pulling a card first. Ooh, cool. Oh my God. So the card is the jellyfish. Well, if you look at the beautiful colors in that jellyfish and the sparkling, almost like stars on the end of the tentacles, and the double layer and all of that beautiful, like coming out of the crown of the jellyfish. It's just gorgeous. It's the Queen of Cups in the tarot. And this is the psychic visionary, the card of compassion and of radiance. And so this is about like being the light. I'm seeing like one of your guides is like showing out, glowing, being your authentic self from the inside out and showing out. And because what happens is people are drawn to that energy. You just kind of will naturally attract people like that, and other friendly people, like-minded people. So just remember to live from the inside out and not the outside in. The difference, is that when we're dependent on what other people think of us, that's living from the outside in. If we worry about feelings, if you kind of get a little codependent or a little enmeshed, that's living from the outside in, trying to make people like us or try to gain people's approval and all of that. Living from the inside out just shows everybody what a beautiful, nurturing, loving, kind, and compassionate being that you are. And I already know that about you, because just the readings that I've done and the feeling that I get every time I see your profile pop up and I think about you, I still think about your mom. And I hope she's still doing well post cancer treatment. But anyway, you've just got one of those energies that strikes me as a magnet. Also like kind of teddy bear energy. So I like that about you. So they're saying, make it your superpower. Love from the inside out and make it your superpower. What a cool message. I know if it's been a tough week, I'm sorry, but it doesn't come to stay. Everything that happens to us is really happening for us. And it doesn't come to stay, it comes to pass. So it will be different. It will get better. Hold your head up, shine from the inside out, and don't let it get you down. We can't, because this is all just a temporary thing. It's school, it's earth school. And the more we can remember that and that all of this is temporary, the more we can put the tough weeks behind us. So I hope the rest of it gets better, that, the worst is over for you. And know that we love you and we think you're awesome because you are. And have a great week. Thank you for the question. Angeli says about her dog. Yes, she is. She's alpha and jealous of Charlie. Thank you. Maybe, yeah, hopefully, if this is the one that's number one, put her in the car first. Let her be first for a bit. Yeah. Jessica says, yeah, beautiful color. She's my angel. Yeah, cool. And I have to carry him sometimes. Oh, yeah. Well, he's really appreciative. It's been a beautiful life. And yeah, I always want to thank you guys. You are some of the best pet parents that I've ever seen, I've ever dealt with. And I just love the way y'all love the animals. It touches my heart, it really does. I'm going to choke up. Thank you for doing all that you do for your baby. Decan says, oh man, gosh, just talk to my son. The people who live upstairs from us are very noisy and heavy-footed. Okay. Wow. Well, that explains a few things then, doesn't it? Wow. Okay. I hope that helps. I hope at least it gives you an idea of why it's going on. He wants to be a good boy. And Jessica Lynn says, yeah, her baby's been here through a tough chapter. But look at how far you've come. I mean, that's the one thing, we wanted to point out. Look at how far you've come. You're amazing. So, and you're welcome for the message. Venus says, may I have current career guidance? Yes. And then I'll probably go back and do, what time is it? It's getting bad. It's getting about time. Holy smokes. I'm going to draw a card for career guidance, Venus. I love the first one you got. Let's see what they have to say. Oh, this is interesting. This is the cups, and which is all about emotion. And it's the Page of Cups, which is like artistry, believe it or not, the alligator, surprising insights, and coming up for air. They can hold their breath for a long time, but then they come up for air, barely put their nose out of the water sometimes just to get air, and then they sink back down and get back after it. So this is about surprising insights. So you may have a job opportunity come just out of the blue, maybe in a different direction than what you thought your career might be heading. So try to look at whatever happens and whatever comes up from all angles, not just your gut reaction. Really sit back and sit with it and think about it. And even if your first instinct is, oh, I don't think so, that's not for me, maybe it could be. So I hope that works, because this is like, coming up for air. it may be time to get out of the trenches and where you are and take yourself in another direction. That's what I'm feeling. So hope that helps. Chanley says, hi, Venus, I see you. Chanley says, message from higher self. Oh, gosh. You know what? Let me just see. Hold on. That itch has been itching for a while. Let me see what your higher self has to say. Boy, there is something or somebody that has stepped into your field that is just not sitting right. I wouldn't say go so far as to say they give you the heebie-jeebies, but they're just not your vibe. They're not your kind of person. So don't try to talk yourself out of your feelings. Honor that. Honor that. And be your own best guardian of your heart and of your energy field. Be your own, they're saying, be your own best friend. That's a cool message. So your higher self is there and got your back. So yeah, be your own best friend. Follow those instincts. You're welcome, Sherry. Decan is sending prayers and love and light to you, Venus. Awesome. Yeah, I said Alexander was glowing. Oh, he was the glowing cat. An amazing state of being, an image. Yeah, that cool way. Oh, that's a great message in itself. Okay. David H says, Donna, I think I see my deceased cat Jungle Boy out of the corner of my eye. Is that him? Does he have a message for me? He knows he can stay here. Thanks. Great profile picture, David. Hold on. He comes walking in, coming in, and he just sits down like a lounge position. He goes, you know it's me, Dad. You know it's me. Oh, that's so cool. So yeah. You may also see like sudden movement, just like, but nothing, but it just felt like, you know, you're seeing like a streak of energy, and that's him too. Yeah. He's I'm hearing that he comes in more often than you think. So he's checking in, he's coming in. So yeah, he knows he can stay. And he's also enjoying your squirrels and the animals around the house too. So yeah, that's entertaining for him. Cool. Yeah, Maria's still, she's got a lot going on here. 3 years of probate. It's so draining. I really feel for you with everything that's going on. Okay. I'm going to try to get to, I'm a little over time, but I'm going to try to get to one more. I am Astro. Question, re my crow friend. He now lets me sit on the front step when he takes his treat from the railing. Oh my God, that's awesome. Do you think he'll ever eat from my hand? Yes, well, yes. And if not him, this is like, yes. So there, it's going to take some time, but he does see you as a friend. Isn't that exciting? There are a lot of DNA type built-in instincts to push past, to get through, to be able to have that kind of interaction. But I'm hearing a yes. So that's so cool. If you ever get a chance to take a picture of your crow friend, you know, feel free to send it in. That'd be awesome. Joe says, if she does do the nomad thing, I'll be leasing my condo out for 6 months just to see if I like that life. My condo is in West Washington on the Pacific. Woo! Yeah, that sounds awesome. Won't be hard to lease that. But like I said, I felt like, well, you'll have to listen. But I wanted to say there was a bit to that reading, if I remember right. So I'm going to go back and read for Carl real quick, and then says I didn't get to close a deal today because on departed seller. So I'm sad and tired after a week's preparation. Oh my God. Will a different deal emerge by weekend with my friend Oliver, supposed to bring me something? I feel like there's something, but it may be at the end of the weekend. And I'm not getting a yes or no on whether or not it's coming through Oliver, but something at the end of the weekend, Carl, and I wish it was coming sooner. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm backed up in a corner with my landlady and need to pay up ASAP. Been meditating, praying, manifesting, and keeping my frequency up as best I can. Maybe the next one is finally it. I sure hope you're right. I hope so too. I hope that for you. Gosh, yeah. Well, I'll be holding space and sending Reiki for power and strength and sustenance for you. And again, if anybody else has a need for emotional sustenance, strength, anything that you would like me to send Reiki energy for, an illness, emotional or spiritual or physical illness for you or your family members or your animals, please just drop me an email either through my website, or you can email me at connect@donnanorris.net. And I'm going to type that here for you. And you can be on my Reiki list. I send distance energy every morning, and I'll send it to you for the rest of the month of May. So I hope that helps. I love you guys, and it's free. I just want to do it to be of service. So I'm happy to help. And Carl, I wish you all the best. I wish all of you the best, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Thanks for all the great questions. This has been a really fun time for me. Good to see you. Love you guys. Take care. Bye for now. Here we go, Bogey. Yeah, I know. Say bye.